Hello and welcome to Gamerhead Radio, episode 181. I am Jonathan Santiago, aka Fallon Flynn.
Goat, you're next.
Oh, I am. Yeah. See, I always think you're gonna go next. I don't know why. I am back from L.A. Goat.
And I am Charlie. Thankfully, no longer has a migraine today. Technotronic Born Worthley.
I like that every week at least one of us stares at the portrait of one of the others of us on the screen going, "You fucking, it's your turn, fucking say it, say the fucking thing. It's dead air. We're live."
It's just when we recorded here in the studio in person, we always sat in the same order, and so we kept the same rotation every week in terms of who was introing each show, and then we kept that same rotation as we introduced ourselves around the room. Now that we are no longer sitting in the same room anymore, it never fails that one of us every week forgets when they're the next one to go. So
fucking chaos
every time.
Every time. Either way,
we need a little system where our window lights up. Like your turn.
That's true.
And your turn.
Yeah. Here'll be the system. It'll be me muting the microphone, going like this.
And John is having one of those screaming
Silently
internally moments.
Screaming. Yeah, that's it. Hold on, it's gonna be like this.
Yeah. Audio listeners, you definitely want to pull up the podcast and at least watch this particular moment.
You know what? I'm feeling extra silly tonight. I think there's some fucking hijinks are going to ensue during the show this evening, because I have not been partaking in beer, but I have beer this week, so I'm going to get silly.
Because that wasn't
what are you drinking, John?
I'm just drinking Anti-Hero like I do when I'm not drinking anything fancy. That's my cheat.
That's not fancy.
Anti-Hero is not fucking fancy. Dude, this is
no. Schlitz is not fancy.
Yeah, that's my.
No, Schlitz is embarrassing.
Yes, it is. It is. My grandfather was a Schlitz man.
Also not fancy.
Also, my father is a Schlitz man. Schlitz and hams.
You know.
Oh wow.
Must be hams, dude. That goes way back. Here on Beverage Head Radio.
I am drinking a Sweet Sunny South Table beer collaboration. One of the collaborations from this year's Beer Camp of America from Sierra Nevada. Good stuff.
I'm drinking Anti-Hero IPA because it's cheap and I'm fucking broke.
Goat, what are you drinking? Pepsi.
You fucking shill, you.
I've almost pretty much quit drinking.
Me too. Actually, I'm kind of laying off these days. It doesn't mean that I don't want a delicious beer every now and again. I just I don't want to be fat anymore. That's really what the thing is.
Yeah, that's sort of where I'm at.
It is an unfortunate side effect of enjoying
soda. Just doesn't look quite as good in my Windy City pint glass.
Oh, look at you.
So. Anyways,
though, so
and all of that hits the cutting room floor.
No, man, no, it's good stuff. So, what your week, gentlemen? We all lived to tell the tale once more.
Some of us went farther than others.
That's true. Why don't we start with you, Go? Tell us about your adventure to the dirty, sweaty sandbox that is L.A.
We have very, very different opinions of L.A.
L.A.'s fucking filthy.
No.
I mean, literally, it's just very dirty.
No. I don't know where you're hanging out, man. But you got to stop hanging out there. Stop hanging out at Hooker Corner in North Hollywood. That's just not gonna work for you.
Last time I was in L.A., we were playing at the Whiskey A Go-Go, and that area is filthy.
Oh yeah, because Sunset Boulevard's just a fucking picture-perfect place for everyone. Yeah, okay.
No, it's like Disneyland for homeless people.
It is Disneyland for homeless people. Anyways, complete with rides, roller coasters, and hep. So yeah, I was out in LA last week. I popped in for the show when I could. I'm doing pre-production for the upcoming Dope Tour that I am going to be on. I wish I could stay longer last week, but I had about 8 days worth of work to do in 5, and they pay me, so you guys lost out. Sorry. And then let's see. So we came back from that this week, and then the last couple days I've been doing a bunch of studio work, a couple side projects. We're finally officially started mixing and mastering the Codename Phoenix album as of 2 days ago.
Excellent.
Started? It hadn't started yet?
So, yeah, no, Talk to Batman, all right? He's been a bit busy with Gotham exploding.
It's true. Well, last week, he was on the show with us, so he couldn't do it. He actually, well, before I asked him to do the show, that was his plan, was to start mastering your record. So by inviting him to come onto the show and entertain everybody last week, I fucked your band.
It's whatever. He helped me in a different way.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much been my whirlwind week. Yeah, most studio, flying, and it's been 110% music. I luckily got video games in like today.
Yeah. But that you got video games in at all after being out of town is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Charlie, how was your week, man?
Well, for my weekly Cider Fest update, this week we announced the one and the only Jen Blake, who regular listeners of the show will know from a couple episodes that she's been on. Not at all least the live show that we did at Windy City this past April with Big Jim Miller, who's also going to be at Cider Fest. So I am foolishly putting myself in the situation of being sandwiched between those two again while they scream profanities and bodily parts into my
yes.
ears.
Mm-hmm. I feel compelled to go back and listen to that episode just because I haven't had time to do it since we recorded it. And
don't forget, you can watch that episode in 360-degree video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yes, you can actually see the sweat and flustered cheeks.
That means that we can watch it in our Gear VR and absolutely cringe at just some of the things that happened during that episode.
It's
I was
true.
really drunk in the last 15 minutes of that episode. I'm curious.
I was really drunk for that entire episode.
Yeah, you were.
Actually,
I wish I was drunk for that whole episode.
Everybody was really drunk for that entire night. Period.
Oh, that's right. That's when Charlie's dad learned a lot about Charlie that he never wanted to tell his dad.
God, no, I think he learned more about my friends than he learned about me. But yes.
Son, I raised you better than to hang out with these dumb hooligans. So.
But notable about Miss Jen Blake's appearance at Cider Fest this year is that it will be her last MLP convention. She
really?
has, she hasn't done her professional resume that concerns My Little Pony has consisted of 2 covers that she's done for the IDW comic books, and then she did a bunch of art for some bonus cards that I guess never actually came out, but it's those comic covers are kind of what got her into being able to do con appearances in the first place. But then it was her personality and her continuing fan art and a bunch of convention exclusive posters that she did for cons that got her repeatedly invited back to conventions. So she's done a lot more stuff for the community than she has professionally. She's been invited to 15 MLP conventions over the last 3 years.
Wow.
And so you don't that doesn't happen on accident. She's you guys know if you watch the episode, you guys hung out with her. I mean, she's just a riot. She's just a ton of fun.
She is.
MLP is, she loves MLP. She loves her time with MLP. But in the process of this whole thing, it got her put in contact with a comic book artist by the name of Jeremy Whitley, who you may recognize from being behind the Princeless comic book series, which is it's won a bunch of awards for being just a very positive comic book series for girls. It's about a series of princesses that get themselves out of situations and don't need princes and yada yada yada. Anyways, she's doing some work with him on that, but they're also starting a new mature comic book series together called Dress to Kill, and she is just going to put all of her energy and time and focus behind that. And
right
so
on.
she's kind of just she's just decided to put a bookmark on a bookend on the end of her MLP career and just move on to something that's just closer to her interests and where she wants to be. But she's been saying for a while that she absolutely wanted Cider Fest to be her last con because, and I quote, it is her favorite of all the cons. And so yay. The craziest part about it for me is that I only met Jen at last Cider Fest. I've known her for less than a year, which to me is crazy. I feel like I've known her a lot longer than that. But yeah, it'll be a bittersweet experience having her there. We're planning some events to kind of commemorate the occasion, and but yeah, no, she'll definitely be around at Comic Cons, but this will be her last MLP con. But it'll be great to see her again.
Awesome, man.
But,
nothing but good luck to Jen going forward, man. I haven't been able to spend a lot of time with her, obviously just when she's been on the show and everything. But man, what a fun lady, man. What a fun lady to hang out with, and fucking super talented artist. I follow her on Instagram and find myself constantly just like tapping the shit out of everything she posts, man, and just putting little hearts on it because it doesn't matter what she's drawing. She's really she's a very talented lady.
Absolutely. But yeah, so for anybody that's interested, I'll make sure to pass along whenever Dress to Kill eventually does come out. But yeah, no, that's been the highlight of my week for sure. But John, I believe then that leaves you.
Yeah, my week. This was one of the since Villains doesn't have anything booked until like 3 weeks from now, and it's kind of the break we've been wanting for a little bit to just kind of decompress and do our own thing. It's funny, like we get super busy, and I go like, God, I'm so fucking tired. I need a break, man. I'm wiped out and stretched so thin, and I'm always doing 20 things at once. But now I have a break, and I'm bored out of my fucking mind. Like I hate sitting still. I don't like sitting on my hands for too long. So I'm kind of bored this week, actually, kind of cabin fever. This week was mostly spent last minute shit for going back to school, car shopping, because as I had talked about a while ago, my car is dead, very dead. So I've been picky about buying a car because I just want to make sure I get something that doesn't cost me a bunch of money in 6 months or a year. You know what I mean? So yeah, that was it for my week. I'll talk a little bit more about what Villains has been doing at the end of the show, just because there's been obviously a lot of shake-up and a lot of change, and there's going to be a little bit more of that. But I'll talk about that later. This week was good, man. Nothing bad to speak of, which then takes us on to releases for the week. Charlie, anything solid coming out for the peoples out there that need to play the video games?
Well, I feel like it's been a little while since I forgot to have the releases ready, so I intentionally made sure to not have them up this week so I could embarrass myself while I pulled them up.
It's perfectly
Way
okay.
to commit to that. Way to commit to that.
Yeah.
It's all right. You know what? The important thing is that you've accepted responsibility for this failure, and thus have grown as a man.
It was absolutely an intentional failure. So
I don't believe you.
I can't imagine why. But for releases coming out Monday, August 15th. Conception 2: Children of the Seven Stars is coming out for PC. On Tuesday, August 16th, Valentino Rossi, the game Day 1 Edition, is coming out on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Inversus on the PS4 and the PC. 2064 Read-Only Memories on the PS4 and the Vita. Grow Up is coming out on the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One. Dungeon Punks is coming out on the PC and the Vita. And then on Friday, August 19th, Formula 1 2016 is on the Xbox, PS4, and the PC. Metroid Prime Federation Force on the 3DS. And Style Savvy Fashion Forward also on the 3DS. Looking into the future, Monday, August 22nd, Tempest is getting a release on the PC and the Mac. And Tuesday, August 23rd, Alone with You is coming out on the PS4 and the Vita. Deus Ex Mankind Divided is coming out on Windows, PS4, Xbox One. Hue is coming out on the PC, the PS4, the Vita, and the Xbox One. Inside is getting a release on the PS4. Madden NFL 17 on the PS3, the PS4, the Xbox 360, and the Xbox One. Metrico Plus on the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One. King of Fighters 14 is coming out on the PS4. And Worms WMD is getting a release on the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One. I'm kind of interested in the yes.
Did you say Tempest is coming out on Mac and PC?
I did say that, yes.
The game that's been out on, it came out like, I don't know, the early 80s on arcade?
Late to the party.
Well, I'm presuming it's an updated version.
Yeah, I'd hope so. If not, it'd be a little weird.
Yeah.
Check out these 4-bit graphics.
Let's see. Tempest on Steam. This is it's a pirate ship. It's a pirate. It's a pirate ship game.
It's not a lawsuit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can they do that? I mean, Tempest is kind of like locked into history.
Oh, there you go.
Nope, definitely not the
That
Tempest
was-
battleships.
It's it appears to be a pirate naval combat game. Oh, with a kraken. There's a kraken. There's
Oh,
no,
oh.
wait, it's getting
So yeah,
better with
I
the advent of the Kraken.
All right,
yeah
nothing close to space polygon fighting. Got it.
Do you
no.
know why I don't have an interest in this though? I'll tell you immediately why I don't. Because
Why is
I
the
can
frame rate?
do all of this in real time in Assassin's Creed Black Flag, as Charlie is well aware, without any of the trouble. Did Charlie die?
I don't know. This got awkward.
Charlie went away. As soon as
I'm
Charlie's internet kicks back in and stops
yeah.
him
Well, that might
from
get interesting for us
exploding.
because he's
I know.
the
So
main link.
everybody watching the live feed, if for some reason the show
We-
drops, we'll restart the stream in just a second because Charlie is the one that's actually hosting the stream, and we're part of the
Yeah.
video chat. So depending on what takes place here, hold tight. We'll be
Shit
back
may
with
go
a
down.
fresh link in just a couple of minutes. We'll update.
Charlie just said,
the social media links till then. But until Charlie gets back, because we were pretty much at the end of that whole thing, I'll go ahead and pick up where Charlie usually leaves off. Is there anything in that list, Goat, that has piqued your interest? Anything you planning on playing from that?
Not really. I mean, there wasn't. It's still we're in that weird
Mm,
part of life
no
where.
audio, man. I can't hear you. Oh, there you go.
Yeah?
Broadcast just dropped.
Can you hear me now?
There you
Wait,
go.
it says we're
Can you
live.
hear me? I can't hear you anymore, Goat. Everybody who's watching, because the stream is still live, apologies for whatever reason. We're having a bunch of technical problems. Charlie has been swallowed by the void. I'm presuming that he's sitting in the same place that the dead people go when they get sent in Beetlejuice to where the sandworms try to eat them. That's where Charlie is at now. He's gone. Sandworms got him. In the interim, I'm going to go ahead and try and reinvite Charlie to the stream, which is exactly what you guys
Can
tuned
you hear
in to
me,
watch,
John?
was technical problems. These kind of problems make me want to fucking drink.
Okay, Charlie's back.
Oh, God.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
But yeah, so as soon as we get there, nope, Charlie is trying to reconnect. I see it. Now, fortunately for all of the listeners that are
John.
going to be ending up listening to the
John.
finished product of the show,
John,
you guys
John,
won't have to worry
John,
about
John,
any
John.
of these technical troubles because Goat's going to use his editing wizardry to make it go away.
Goat, I can hear you.
I see Charlie. I kind of see Charlie.
John,
Gents,
can you
I
hear
can't
me?
hear either of you.
I can hear both of you. This is awesome.
If any of you guys are currently watching the show, can you guys hear me? Something just picked up there. I just heard audio from one of you. There you go. There's Charlie.
Oh, okay.
Hey, there you go.
Goat. Now, Goat, I could hear you when I first came in, but I can't anymore. I think it might be fixing itself in the background if it
Yeah, I think
took
that's
a minute
exactly what
to
it's doing.
reconnect me here.
We've got some QA stuff from Darcy, and presumably via Mark's account. Everything's cool, Darcy. We're just going to keep the stream rolling since we're all here. It's
Yeah, we
it's
can't
safe. There you go.
There.
There's Goat.
Okay. Yay, technology just
Yay.
rubbed a fucking rusty nail dildo on our ass. All right.
Yikes.
Look, guys,
choices.
you cannot tell me I'm wrong. It just
Hey.
pretty much gave Charlie the middle finger and ran me and John through this roller coaster of emotions and connections.
Before we continue here, I'm just gonna pull up the stream and make sure that we can be heard over the stream. Let's see here.
Can you hear us, Darcy? That's way faster, Charlie.
Well,
And welcome back.
Yeah, there we go. So,
Yes. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Who can hear us? Anybody? Q&A.
I'm going to.
I can hear all threes, yes. Wow.
Yeah, I got you, man. We're good.
okay.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Hey,
So
there you go.
apparently Darcy's turned all northeastern on us.
So I remember exactly where the conversation started to go sideways. So for the sake of our our listeners that are going to be listening to the edited podcast, I'm going to go ahead and pick back up directly from that spot, so that we can make it seamless.
We
for
can
them.
splice.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll see if I can. I'll see if I can chop up the uploaded version to YouTube as well. So
That's fine.
Okay.
how long have we been recording?
Right now, as of
3 days.
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'd say 20
going
minutes.
on 4 years, according to me here. I'll be able to get you a final number right here. It's 19 minutes and 57 seconds, so exactly
Yeah,
20
it's 20
minutes.
minutes. So we're good.
Let me tell you why that game is not going to hold my interest, at least not for long. It's not that it doesn't look entertaining enough. It's that, as Charlie is well aware, you could do all of that in real time in Black Flag, and it looks far more cool than that game could possibly offer you the option to do. So I don't know, just playing that kind of a pirate adventure was perfectly fine in that sort of like isometric top-down or like side-angle perspective for ship-to-ship battles. But why the fuck would I want to play it like that when I can get in there and get my hands dirty doing it that way? You know what I mean?
So, John, you're saying you don't want to play a pirated copy of a pirate game that you can already play with pirates?
I feel like there's a right way to answer this question. Let me think for a second. Yar. So.
That's
yeah.
And he drinks his ale. All right, well done.
Yeah, I'm moderately interested in Deus Ex: Mankind Divided. Their promotion for the game has been really solid. Their advertising and like all the little things that they've been doing, like